Hey guys, it's Eric Conner from Nerdy Geek Talk, source for all your nerdy geeky needs, here with episode 29 of Steel City Bots. Joining me tonight, we have Tanner. How are you?
What's happening, guys?
Jared. How are you?
Doing good. Doing pretty good.
And Miguel. How are you?
I'm full of pen and vodka. I'm doing fine.
That sounds better than me. Soundjack. How are you doing?
I am well.
Good. We are missing Christabella tonight, sadly, but hopefully she'll be back next week and she'll have some cool stuff to show off, or at least one thing that I know of that I'm jealous of. But hey, I might have that same thing by the next show too. Anyways, we'll
I
see.
know I will.
Yeah, you will. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, will he? But no, yeah, that's right. I forgot when you were going back.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of that said, let's get moving on. So, our history lesson for today is March 26th, the date of this recording, obviously 2018, but in 1931, on this same day, Leonard Nimoy began his long and prosperous life, which sadly is now over, if you did not know. He did die, is it 2015 he died?
I don't know.
I believe it was February of 2015. I could be wrong. I'm checking right now. Oh, I was right. February 27th of 2015. Yes, so
Nice.
he would have been uh
You would.
87.
Yes.
No, wait. Yes, 87. 87. Yes, he would
Yeah.
have been 87, but alas, he has passed away. If you were not aware of Leonard Nimoy, you probably know him as Spock from Star Trek, but he is relevant to Transformers because he played both Galvatron in the 1986 Transformers animated, the Transformers the movie, the animated one, and then he also reprised, well, not reprised, he came back to the Transformers franchise as Sentinel Prime in Dark of the Moon.
Hmm.
So, yes, he's
He
voiced.
also is greatly remembered for the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins.
But yeah, he's voiced two Transformers, and I'd say that he's voiced two big bad guys in Transformers.
Well, yeah, and the best
So.
Galvatron.
He's a good Galvatron. I actually really do like Frank Welker's Galvatron, but you know,
He was a complete nut.
I mean Leonard Nimoy is really good too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's bad, but I actually do like Frank Welker in the role of Galvatron a lot. But yeah, so I just thought that was interesting when I saw that. I thought I'd put that in. So, on to what did everyone get this week? Christabella got death because she's dead. I'm just kidding. She's not dead, but she's not here, so she didn't get anything. Actually, she did, but she's not going to talk about it until next week. Jared, what did you get this week?
Literally just a couple hours ago, I got Titan Master figures. I got Titan Master Nightbeat, Titan Master Skytread, and Titan Master Shuffler.
Which is your
Um,
favorite? I feel like that's a loaded question, but
Um, Probably either Nightbeat or Shuffler. They're both pretty nice.
really, that's interesting. Nightbeat's probably my least favorite out of the line of Titan Masters. Shuffler's my
Well,
favorite, though, so.
these are literally my first Titan Masters. So
Gotcha. Shuffler's definitely my favorite, but you said you got those at Five Below, correct?
right for $3. I don't know if that's cheap or not.
I mean, they were
don't.
five whenever they came out, so
All right.
that is good. I would buy it. I definitely want to find a bunch of Shufflers now. But what else did you get?
The main thing I got is RID, Transformers RID Prime, which is just like a Takara Nemesis version of the regular 2016 or 17 RID Optimus Prime, and it's really nice. I really like the coloring on this figure. It's real nice.
It's based on the Warrior class, right?
Great.
Did you get the no? Did you fix the forearms or no? Did you know that?
No, I don't.
Did you know about
I
that?
actually don't really mind like the. Yeah, I know of the fix. I just don't want to do it.
Gotcha. That's fine. I was
and-
just curious.
Yeah, and I don't mind the semi-truck bumper boxing gloves, pretty much. Like,
That's a good way of putting it.
I don't really mind them.
But you got that using the eBay coupon that was out last week, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So I ordered something the day before that eBay coupon because I didn't know.
Insert eBay by Weird Al Yankovic.
No. But I ordered something on eBay literally the day before. But it came, and I'm not even mad because I love it so much. And it is BotCon. Was this 2014 or 15? I don't remember. It's Megaplex.
14.
2013.
Okay. I thought it was 14, but I'm not sure. Let me see. BotCon 2014. It's from the Machine Wars, right?
2013 was
Yeah,
Machine.
it is. It's 2013. It's
What
not
was
2014.
2014?
It's
Oh,
the
it's the
Scorponok.
Pirates.
That's the year of the Scorponok. Yeah, Space
Oh,
Pirates.
right.
But yeah, it's if you don't know what it is, which I honestly didn't know what it was before, Megaplex as a character is a clone of Megatron. But this particular figure is a repaint of Transformers Prime Voyager class Dreadwing or Skyquake, whichever you prefer.
Dreadwing came first, though, so.
Yes, although Skyquake debuted on the show first, so it's debatable who the body belongs to.
Well, the
Just
toy
saying.
came out first as Dreadwing, so.
This is
and he
true.
was the one that was actually on screen at the time.
That's true. But yeah, it's a repaint of that mold, and boy, am I glad to own another version of this mold, and boy, has this already sold me on getting a Skyquake sometime soon. So within the next couple of months, that'll be on my list of something of what I got that week, but I don't know when yet, because they are kind of expensive, but I've been rewatching Prime for our show, TF Primecast, and Skyquake, I just really like him, and I just really want Dreadwing's brother, and also Miguel is possibly going to make me go completionist on the mold and get the Arms Micron one, but we'll see about that. And also, if you weren't aware, there is a Shapeways upgrade for this, apparently. I'm not going to get it, but
Yeah.
it has a fusion cannon and a new head, correct?
Well, if you get Skyquake, make sure to get his upgrade. It's
No,
giant
no,
Gatling
no, I'm
gun.
talking about for Megaplex. It's a Shapeways upgrade. It's a new head and a fusion cannon, correct?
I know there's the render form one that has the head. I don't know.
Oh, is it render form? I thought it was Shapeways. Gotcha.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I know that there's a render form one at the very least that gives them the new head. I don't know. There could be a Shapeways kit.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, but either way, there is an upgrade kit to give him a new head and a fusion cannon. I'm not going to do that because I literally just bought it because I wanted a clone of Dreadwing, not of Megatron. So I got that. But as Tanner did mention, there are upgrade kits for Dreadwing and Skyquake to give them both their respective guns and bombs and the sword for Dreadwing. And yeah, I'm going to be picking those up too whenever I get Skyquake. So yeah. So that's what I got this week, just that figure, and what I'll be getting eventually. So, Miguel, what did you snag this week?
A lot of stuff ended up coming in the mail. What showed up first? Friend of mine hooked me up with a Legends Scourge. There was a local group that they would do group buys from overseas, and he part of that latest, like, oh, this is the stuff to pick from. One of them was Scourge. He let me know, and I was like, oh, hey, I'll totally grab one because I have the Sharkticon that came with the little sweep head, so I needed an extra body, so I got that. Really nice to now have all of that squared off with all of my Grand Galvatron guys with my Legends Galvatron now Sweep and Scourge filling out the ranks.
Nice.
Also, one of my 2 boxes that I had sent from Japan, like super slow shipping, finally showed up. That one had Legends Springer, so the one that's more G1 animation colors, which I hadn't seen one forever. So, and then one showed up for pretty cheap, so grabbed that. Grabbed Japanese Generations Trailbreaker and Hoist. What else was in that? Oh, and the Transformers Adventure Frenzy and Rumble, based off of the Reveal the Shield reveal the shield
nice,
bolt.
nice. Wait, did
Um,
you already have? I thought you already had the Takara Trailbreaker and Hoist, because didn't you tell me that you got the upgrade kits for them?
I got the upgrade kit before I got them.
Oh, that's
The-
Say
interesting. All right,
what?
so I was right.
Oh, the upgrade showed up, and the upgrades are usually harder to find. So, someone was selling the Hasbro ones with the Japanese, like the upgrade kit intended for the Japanese ones, because it's chromed. And I was like, "Hey, can you just sell me the upgrade kit?" And he's like, "No." And then he came back. He's like, "Yeah." So he sent me that, and then I got the Japanese ones today. So I decked them all out with the upgrades, and they look sweet. And then I also finally got a chance to open up. I had the Legends versions of Roadbuster and Whirl. Both had weird issues. Roadbuster, I had read this. Apparently, by the time they got to the Legends version, that mold was just like shot. So one of his legs was just completely loose. So I had to floor polish that up. There were other weird issues that I was just messing with, and I think I got him pretty all right. And then Whirl just smells really bad. Like this really powerful, like chemical smell, like not like fresh paint, just like noxious fumes. I ended up
Just add some floor polish to that.
Yeah.
It's good.
no. What I ended up doing was I
Fair?
chucked them in a box, and I stuffed a bunch of fabric softener sheets. And I'm just leaving him in there for a few days, and then hoping that will just like absorb all the smell. This happened once. My Titans Return Chrome Dome that I customized, that one, smelled like I guess a smoker sold it to me, so that's what it smelled like. I just stuffed it with a bunch of dryer sheets, left him in some Tupperware for like 3 days, and then when I like opened him up, he was fine. So a nice little tip out there: if you end up with a toy with smoker smell, either dump it in something and dump a bunch of dryer sheets, or this was another thing I read, if it's really windy, put it outside in like a laundry basket. The wind apparently helps.
It like blows all the smell
Yeah.
off of it eventually.
I trust the dryer sheets more.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: Seal City Bonds does not approve of our audience putting Transformers in the drying machine.
Wait, he never listed that as an option.
Well, no, we still don't. We still don't recommend that. It's like we
yeah,
did.
I mean that is true. Yeah, we do not recommend that, but there was no reason for him to say.
There's no mention of it, but all right. Just covering our bases.
Listen, when people hear fabric softener, they think dryer.
I mean, true, but
And then when they think dryer, they think Tide Pods, and when they think Tide Pods,
No.
they think
Oh, jeez.
iPod.
No.
But neither.
Disclaimer: Soundjack, shut up.
thank you. That was a good one. All right. Wait, Miguel, was there anything else in your box from Japan?
Trying to think. I think that's it. Yeah, I have all of my packages that have been like in the ether are finally materializing. Actually, no, wait. One more thing. Part of my order from Amazon Japan, my final order from Amazon Japan showed up. So I got the the last wave of Legends figures, Sea Spray with Lion, Top Spin, and Twin Twist.
Okay. Nice.
All three of them are pretty much identical to the Hasbro versions, which is kind of annoying. The only thing is the Lion is painted way more than Sawback was.
Oh.
So it takes out a lot of that detailing, especially in the head, the headmaster form. I haven't opened Topspin and Twin Twist. Unfortunately, the part of the order that didn't ship, that seems like it won't ship until next week, was Encore Godfire Convoy.
Oh my God.
That was the one thing that didn't ship. Apparently, most people's, it's like, it was delayed. I'm just like, that would have been amazing, because I got that box in today. So that would have been. Just to preface, because I know people usually, whenever people mention that figure, they mention, oh yeah, the $300 or the 30,000 yen MSRP. It's like, if you ordered it from Amazon Japan, like when it went up for pre-order, it was $110 60-ish off. So,
Oh man.
like, it had a hefty, like, if you're gonna go in for that, either you should have pre-ordered it or wait until something miraculous happens and it goes like heavy discounts because no one buys the $300 ones.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm on Chosen Prime right now, and it's in stock on the Chosen Prime for like $280. But yeah,
Yeah, that's it's so bad that ends up being what you have to buy it for when you order it from like the domestic online retailers, because
yeah.
like Amazon Japan, it's like, and I think they might still have it up for pre-order, for pre-order too. So like if anyone's on the fence about that, like grab it now or hope that they're for somehow they end up cheaper before they end up on the aftermarket for God knows how much. I've seen the early pics and the set looks great, and the voice boxes, each one has so many voice lines. It'd be nice if they were the English voice actors, because then I can understand what they're saying. But I've watched Car Robots in Japanese, so I can be like, no, I like the voices. I'm used to them from watching the show. So.
Oh, I was looking at Legends, Twin Twist, and Topspin while you're talking. I mean, the Target Master is the only major difference, but otherwise, I'd say
Right.
they're just like richer in color.
Yeah, richer color schemes. One of the pack-in mangas for one of them does like a fan combined mode.
Yeah, the combined vehicle mode for the two of them. I saw that.
And then I've seen a lot of pictures where some of the fans in Japan have been swapping parts, so they're just all a solid one color, so like
I've
blue
done that with
or
the Hasbro
white.
ones. You can do that with the Hasbro ones.
Right?
too.
No, you could do them with any of them, but it was just I was seeing that, I was like, that's interesting.
Wait, so do you already have Legends Overlord or no?
Yeah,
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I don't know if I talked about him on the show, but I got him, and I sent the pictures in our group chat
Yes.
that one time with Hasbro Overlord had the double Night Beat chest, and then
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Soundtrack.
Okay, I remember that.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I should be getting a hefty amount of stuff for the next few weeks, and then it'll all dry up because I don't have a job.
Poor Toys R Us employee. Well, technically not, but yeah. Soundjack, what did you get this week?
Well, I got sent me a box from Miguel, a very nice box. I had it sent to my parents' place since I'm going to be moving back in with them at the end of the week, and I didn't think Miguel would do expedite priority shipping.
That's all I could have. That was the cheapest shipping I could get.
That was the cheapest, rather than
I'm pretty
just
sure. Well, I think, what is it? It might have. I think no. Wait, no. Ground would have been a thing, but I don't send things ground. That's annoying.
It's sent across the state line. It probably would have made it there about the same time anyway, if it was good. If the ship. Well, no, it wouldn't have, because it went through a Sunday. Would have been at least Wednesday. Anyway, my folks have my package, so I can't talk about what's in the box. But because of that, I don't have Transformers to talk about. But today I did pick up a toy robot, which Eric has allowed me to talk about very briefly, and that is Gypsy Avenger from Pacific Uprising. This is the Robot Spirits one.
Wait,
And
there's more than one?
I think so.
There's Robot Spirits. There's the model kit line, and then I think Diamond. There's
Select.
another. Yeah, Diamond Select is doing one. So there's like three
Okay.
different. There's three different ones.
Gotcha.
Yes. For those of you trying to find it, I picked it up from GameStop today. But she's lovely. I'm used to collecting Transformers, so I'm not used to having not used to my figures having such an amazing range of articulation.
Yeah,
And-
that's what
and
happens
QC.
when you first branch out from Transformers. I'd say that's the big thing when you start collecting other toy lines. It's like, oh my gosh, there's articulation I never imagined could all be on one toy.
Yes. It's surprising. Quickly, in terms of articulation, I'm surprised there's not more tilt in her foot or her feet. It's like
Really, there isn't much.
it's
Wait,
just
do you?
well,
What about the rocker? Is the rocker good or no?
the rocker's acceptable.
Okay, I
It's
was curious.
acceptable range. But holy crap, the posing is great, and like you can get into such sassy poses, and it's wonderful.
What accessories does it come with?
2 sets of hands, 2 closed fists, 2 open fists.
Open
Comes
fists.
You mean giant robot piss?
comes with I think they're just
Giant robot.
solid they're like on the robot in the film, they're just always on the body, but it comes with like these booster pieces that are separate in the box. And then it comes with an alternate right hand that turns into her cannon, and an alternate left hand that turns into her chainsword.
Nice.
And it's all for $20,
Unlike the other ones of the line, which are 30.
which are 30 and don't come with as many accessories.
There's a wave 3 of the line, right? Or
I
am
have
wrong?
no idea. I hope so.
It looked like because there was one that caught my interest whenever I was looking them up, and it was like it looked like a kaiju infused Jaeger. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
talking
those-
about?
those are the drones.
Don't spoil anything. But
I don't know what you're talking about. What's your
I'm
what?
just talking about
what?
a toy. But
I mean,
yeah,
what
there's
is a
toy in it,
drone?
and it looks pretty
I don't
cool,
know what a
so
drone is.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, this isn't a spoiler or anything, but it is something pretty cool. They're the small Jaeger you see in the trailer. You know what his name is?
What?
I'll give you a hint. It's one of the Constructicons.
Is it Scrapper?
Yes! Congratulations, you've won.
Thanks. What did I win?
A bicycle pump.
Okay.
No,
That does
but
have to be a prize.
back to what you're asking. Then, if that is the case, then yes, sounds like there's going to be a wave 3 because that's not in wave 2.
Yeah, that's because I was looking at like, I may pick up a couple of these figures. Let me see which ones are in the line, and I saw that one. I was like, I would buy that one.
Yep. I would too, probably.
And
I haven't
who's
seen the
doing this?
pictures.
Is it Bandai?
Bandai.
Yeah, Bandai.
Bandai Japan specifically.
Yes.
Since
The
Bandai,
boxes have a lot of Japanese text on them. They're just imported, which makes me surprised that like Toys R Us and GameStop have been carrying them.
well, they normally carry stuff from Bandai Japan distributed through Bluefin. So
I did not know that.
um,
I only collect Transformers, so of course I didn't know that.
yeah.
But that's cool. Well, Toys R Us won't be carrying them for much longer.
Oh
No, so-
Sad face.
Down, Jack, that was a low blow, man.
Someone
Yeah.
brought up the point that the red one, the Saber Athena, looks like it could be a Bisque Jaeger, and now I have to buy it.
You
Yeah, no, it
Take the
in
hand-
person, its colors are very bisque like.
Wait, in person you had that one?
I had it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Now I want that.
Yeah, you had that one, and
I wish I would have bought that one from you.
yeah, that one first, and Obsidian Fury because they weren't even really out yet.
They came
Yeah.
out. They came out the Friday.
So how many figures are in Wave 1 and 2?
3
Each?
Yes.
3 in Wave 1, 4 in Wave 2.
So there is is that the kaiju in wave 2?
There's
Wave
a kaiju?
Wave. Well, the kaiju's from a separate line. The
Oh.
first wave had
Gypsy
Gypsy,
Avenger, Titan Redeemer, and
Redeemer.
Racer Phoenix.
Racer Phoenix, and then wave. Oh wait,
Two.
no. Then no, wait, no. Wave 2 was 3. It was
Saber Athena,
Saber Athena, Obsidian Fury, and
Guardian Bravo.
Guardian Bravo. Yeah, and then there's either 2 or 3 kaiju that are coming out in a separate line. They're more like hollow PVC figures, although they're heavily painted, and then they're scaled to go with the Robot Spirits line.
Do they have any articulation?
They have basic articulation, like they can move, like I think the heads and the arms at the shoulders, but nothing like crazy, like a SH Monster Arts level, because then they'd be super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But they're intended to pose well.
I'm interested in the robots.
Yeah. The more I look at this line, the more I'm interested in. Well, not Transformers. It is relevant because it's a giant robot. So,
Listen, anything to do with giant robots fighting anything is cool.
But
Also, the one's got a wrecking ball and he's green, so that means he's prime bulkhead.
I came in like a wrecking. Anyways,
And Eric is apparently Miley Cyrus, so
you don't know. You don't know. Oh, so first, a bit of sad news. So Charles Lazarus has died at age 94, and that is the founder of Toys R Us. I kind of feel bad. I don't know how much he really cares because he probably made a lot of money whenever he found, like, after he, got the company up and running and left. But I'm sure he cared about it somewhat. But I'm sad that he kind of died right after Toys R Us has now died, essentially, instead of right before. I mean, not that I want him to die earlier, but you know what I mean? I feel bad that this had to happen right before he died. Like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? I do feel really bad that the timing that is really unfortunate. So we are very sorry to hear about the passing of Charles Lazarus. I just thought I'd mention that. Next up, so IDW has basically said that yes, their event is Unicron this year, and Unicron's going to be ending the current continuity, which is actually the longest individual story of Transformers that we have so far. It's been running for, I believe, 12 years. That's longer than any other one piece of fiction has for Transformers. So just interesting thing to note.
even the original comics?
Yeah, they didn't last quite that long.
They didn't last the decade.
They what?
Not even the decade, because it would have been 84 to 89, 90.
Uh-huh.
Even UK wise, that would have been about then.
Yeah. But we have gotten our first look now of Unicron's robot mode, and wow, that's all I pretty much have to say. You can literally see him holding the whole world in his hand.
This right.
You were cutting out. What were you saying, Jared?
I said, Mastermind Creations, get on this right now.
Okay.
Make it in scale too.
That's my problem with Unicron and Primus and stuff. It's like Titans are already, you can't really do them in scale. Then you gotta have Planet
then companies make really expensive lamps out of them that make us annoyed that we can't get it.
Well, but that's not even a Titan, but you're right, that is a Unicron I'd want. But this Unicron design, man, I'd take a lamp at this Unicron design. What do you guys think? And is this your new favorite Unicron? Or no? Like, do you like it, and is it your favorite? Let me just
It is
put that out there.
gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
This might actually be my favorite. I'm going to go flat out and say yes, this is my favorite Unicron design we've gotten, period.
It's an amazing design, not getting in a toy form.
Yeah, it is sad that we are definitely not going to get
Even
this in toy form.
theoretically, because look at the wings. They're not connected.
I know. It's like he's using the Force to make his wings, but he's so spiky and cool. But I got to say, this is...
Someone point out the fact that he basically has his alt mode front as his chest, like the car formers do.
I like that. I like that a lot. But Miguel, what do you think of this Unicron robot mode?
No, it's the fact that they decided, all right, for the the 6-issue series that's supposed to essentially wrap up the entire universe and introduce Unicron, the fact that they're like, yeah, no, we're getting Alex Milne to draw the series, and he's going to redesign Unicron. It's like, you had to do this to us. You had to give us one of the most beautiful just Transformers designs in general, let alone one of the most iconic robots, and then have Alex Milne just be like, yeah, go nuts, redesign it. He looks beautiful. And then I saw this sentiment echoed on Twitter that this is the first Unicron design to pretty much utilize the Armada chest cannon. The fact that it's his planet mouth is his chest, but it also evokes the Armada chest cannon. I'm like, that you sold me right there. That, and then his wings being basically an asteroid belt. I'm like, you had to do this to me.
So he's basically an amalgamation of the different Unicrons
And then some,
because
the
that
whole
because Rocky stuff is like the aligned one. His surface is interesting. Sorry to go back and
I
have
really,
to talk.
I really do. I just love this. I really hope. No, I'm not even going to say I hope. We're never getting a toy of this, but I would so take. Okay, hear me out. If Hasbro did do a Titan class Unicron, this would be the one I would want now.
Could I just get a
Hat-
statue of
they-
that, please?
Lab Unicron.
Well,
I-
yeah.
I
Could I get
don't-
a statue of this cover?
I have a feeling that if we were ever to see this design in toy form, transforming wise, it'd have to be unofficial. An official piece, it would probably be from the same line that that Tarn and the Drift are from.
The flame toys.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Flame. I could see Flame Toys doing this.
Say the
Obviously,
Star
it wouldn't
Saber.
it wouldn't be in scale with anything except a Primus if they ever made it. But they could definitely attempt to tackle this design.
IEW's never done Primus, correct? Like, not even,
There's
has there even
Yes.
been like has
Yes.
there has been in
more
one
than
of the
this
annuals
with their guiding hand design, not necessarily the Primus of Cybertron design, but there has been a proper Primus design in this universe.
Is he golden?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is he the golden
Yeah,
rod in
I
this
don't
thing?
like that.
That's not
Not
Primus.
near,
it's
not
just
nearly as good as their Unicron design, but
No.
but yeah, I could see that. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's well, Generations has turned into basically being spitting image of G1, so we would get, if we got a Unicron, it would be a G1 Unicron, but I feel like this would be a excellent Generations of what Generations used to be Unicron, as in the fact that it kind of mixes
Yeah.
and mashes all of the past Unicron elements. Like,
if we were getting Generations, like if we were getting Titan class figures and stuff, when Generations first cropped up, then definitely we would have seen something like this, an amalgamation of all of the different iterations. But now where Generations has moved to, sadly, unless a new design team or there's a new design philosophy coming in, we probably won't see this design, which is a shame because it's.
Get on it.
I could see whatchamacallit, a lamp of this. I'm just saying, like like how we got the Unicron lamp. Like, I could easily see them doing a Unicron lamp of this. I have no
Can we
idea how
just
that
get
company's
cover
doing
as
though,
a lamp,
so,
please.
I mean, yeah, honestly, like, just that man, it's so good, especially with the Earth in his hand. He's literally holding the Earth in his hand, so this is probably the biggest Unicron we've gotten ever, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's neat. But yeah, so next on our news.
And if you would like to know my opinion of this new Unicron, I really love it. I love how demonic it looks, and I like that kind of plays into the fact where its whole, Primus is good and Unicron is evil. That I like the evil. It looks great. The spikes and everything. It looks demonic. It looks awesome. It looks like the real destroyer of the universe. However, I would still have to say my favorite representation of Unicron might have to be the Gen 1.
Wow, way to be a G1 fan. No, I'm kidding. I gotta.
Then, I mean,
like,
come on, he's voiced by Orson Welles. I mean, come on.
this is true. Is Orson Welles' final role, actually?
I know. He said
He didn't like it. He did not like it at all.
This is from one of his interviews. He said, "I'm voicing a toy that eats other toys."
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of it, but it was his final role.
And he nailed it.
This is true. Next bit of news, not super important, but interesting, is that Power of the Primes, Titan class Predaking, and the Predacons individually Someone has gotten them, and we're getting in-hand images now. And some of the images have been outside of Predaking, and I gotta say, I really like those. But the really interesting part for me, though, is the in-hand images of the Predacons show that they're all the same size. I didn't realize that when they were revealed. Like, all 5 of them are the same size, including the torso bot.
Yes.
Which is very interesting, because that is never the case for a combiner.
But that's how it was the case for the original Predaking combiner. So with
yeah, this is true. So shouldn't be too surprised.
With the intent on G1 recreation, they had to do that.
And in all honesty, I kind of, well, it's obvious that the sacrifices are made in the individual modes in terms of their robot and their beast modes. Like, it's obvious that they had to change some, like, they had to make some sacrifices, how I put it. I do appreciate the fact that they are all the same size. Like, I do kind of like that. Would I have placed that as a top priority? Probably not. But do I mind it? No, that's actually, I like that. Like, because that's very rare for a combiner to have. So, I do actually, I kind of like that. So, I am getting excited for this figure, even though it looks like it has several shortcomings, and I'm going to have, a decent amount of problems with it. I'm still excited for this toy, and so seeing him in-hand images is getting me more excited for, like, how do I put this? The Titan class figures are like just a summer thing for me. They always come out around my birthday in the summer, and so it's almost like just an event I look forward to every year, even if I don't like the toy that much, like Fort Max. Like, it's still fun to get it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I am looking forward to it, no matter how good the toy is or isn't. And I'm looking forward in 2019 to getting a Titan that Chris DeBella will pay for. But, well, technically I have to wait till the end of the year to see if that's the case, but the bet is still on for me.
Say word.
Next bit of news we have, if my computer would not freeze. There we go.
Da da da.
Is oh yeah. John Cena has made some remarks about the Bumblebee movie, and while I'm hesitant to really talk about them all that much because he's in the movie, so obviously he's going to hype up the movie. I did find the way he worded some things very interesting. He's saying that he thinks he's going to do a great job at. Okay, I'll read the quote. So he said, "I think Travis Knight did a fantastic job of reintroducing the look, the feel, the storytelling of this franchise. I think people who enjoy what Transformers was will enjoy the movie. I think this will attract a new fan base. I know Haley did a fantastic job. I also know that it is very different. I think fans of the franchise are going to be excitingly reinvigorated with the new look." Now, everyone's saying that that people are going to be reinvigorated and that this movie's going to bring in more fans. I would not really pay any attention to that at all, because it's very typical for any movie that's a sequel or prequel or anything to say. Whether it's true or not, we'll see. But I would say that this has zero impact. What I do find interesting, though, is that he mentioned the look several times, like how they reinvigorated the look. So I am really curious to see some designs from this movie, because we still haven't had any official reveals of robot designs.
Official? No.
But yeah, we did get a leak of Bumblebee, but it still wasn't super clear. So I would like to see a toy or something. I would like to see stuff. I don't know when we'll get reveals, but either way, I am excited for that. So yeah, I just found it interesting that he specifically mentioned the look several times. Again, I wouldn't pay it much attention because that's just how it is, but whenever you're advertising a movie that you're in. But next up, tiny turbo changers. Soundjack. What were we right about? What were we wrong about? We were right about Silver Knight Optimus Prime, but what we were definitely wrong about the Starscream.
We were wrong on a fair few of them. First of all, there are in fact 2 repacks in this wave, and the 2 repacks are Bumblebee and Barricade, and we were pretty certain Bumblebee would not have been one of the repacks.
But he is. So I'm guessing that this isn't really for the Bumblebee. I'm guessing this really isn't for the movie, or at least this isn't the wave dedicated to the movie.
Yeah. I mean, none of the waves have been really dedicated, quote unquote, to a movie.
Well, yeah, but they came out
Yeah,
around the last night, and they've been mostly for the last night. So I'm guessing that we will have
this
some.
is for the Bumblebee movie, but I think it's branded. I'm pretty sure this wave is, yeah, this wave is branded for the Bumblebee movie, but it's still wave 3 of the Tiny Turbo Changers.
Uh-huh. So I think that
That was wrong.
we will get Bumblebee movie ones, but these are not the Bumblebee movie
It's
molds.
not them.
Actually, it doesn't say Bumblebee movie anywhere on it. I'm looking at the boxes.
No, that's.
It just says
I mean,
Silver Street.
yeah,
It does. It has Bumblebee and Silver Knight Optimus on the front, but it doesn't show any.
it just says movie
Yeah, it
edition.
says movie edition. It doesn't specifically say Bumblebee movie edition anywhere.
I
So
never saw the new packaging, and it's very interesting that they actually just went ahead and showed off the toy designs rather than the movie artwork.
yeah.
But they still use Bumblebee and Prime for them, so.
Hmm.
Besides that, we were also wrong on the colors of Phantom Lockdown, as
It's clear
he's just
plastic.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Kind of want
which
that.
does invoke a redeco of Animated Lockdown.
Yeah, it is a darker color, but
Yeah, but it's still
we don't have
That was-
pictures of the robot modes, do we?
no.
Okay, I didn't think so. It was just based off vehicle mode.
Which then gets into the confusion. Not really confusion because I think they're different. I think I can tell by the different shades. But we got 2 blue cars in this wave, and one is Drift. That is in fact the Age of Extinction Drift, and the other one is Evac.
I think
Based
I'm
on-
guessing Evac's the one on the left and Drift is the one in the middle, but I could be wrong.
Yes, that's my guess because the one in the middle looks more like the Mercedes car. So
Yeah, even
it's
though it really should be a Bugatti, but they just repeated
Yeah,
the
it's-
last night one because they can.
cheaper.
Yeah.
And then the last thing we were wrong about was the color of Sky Rage Starscream. We thought it was going to be a Skywarp homage, but it turns out it's going to be a Red Wing homage.
Yes, it's a red
So
star screen.
if you don't know, Red Wing was just like this rando background character in the machine. It was actually the 2013 conveniently enough on topic with Megaplex, the 2013 BotCon comic. It was just a red Starscream that just appeared nowhere, and they're like, "Hey, let's just make one of these guys red." It seems. Though only other bits, I do want to mention the Slug because it's in movie colors rather than toy colors.
Oh yeah, which Grimlock? They did like the Shadow Grimlock, but they also did
The regular
yeah, the
Grimlock
regular
was
Grimlock, but it was the toy colors. Whereas yeah, the Slug I did notice he was movie colors, but I didn't even think about the fact that yeah, we got Grimlock in toy colors. So, that's interesting. Yeah.
it's inconsistent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that does kind of bother me. Well, no, actually it does bother me because I do have the one of the few tiny turbo changers I do have is regular Grimlock. The one I prize above all others is I say Nemesis Grimlock, even though it's really I think it was called Shad. I don't know what it's called, but it's Nemesis Grimlock. It's black
Shadow Armor Grimlock.
yeah, it's black and purple Grimlock, and it's beautiful and it's my favorite.
Yeah.
So I love that one. I actually don't have that one here with me. I should bring it with me. But anyways, still on the topic of movie stuff, our next bit of news is actually the fact that we are getting, well, these are first photos of a color sample of TF Dream Factory's unofficial Bone Crusher figure. And apparently we knew this was coming. I forgot about it. I kind of thought this was one of the non-transforming movie figures that we were getting, but it's not. It can transform, and man, does it look good! I really, really like this. I mean, I don't know if
That's
everyone else
huge.
loves it, but I really, really like this.
I think it looks nice.
Yes, so this is, I'm assuming this is movie masterpiece scale. Yeah, looking at the picture, because there's a picture of a guy taking a picture of it, which is kind of funny. And it is very large, unless that man is very tiny. That that figure is very large, so I'm guessing
And
it is.
it's actually a child.
So I guess this is definitely movie masterpiece scale. And I gotta say, I really like this. I totally didn't realize this was coming, and this has made me realize that I'm so in on movie masterpiece. Like, regular Masterpiece I haven't been in on because I get, well, I shouldn't say I haven't been in on. I haven't been a completionist on. That's what I should say. I just pick up the odd one here and there. I have probably like 6 to 7, maybe 8, if I'm trying to think.
You only have to.
Masterpiece figures.
Yeah, when you gonna sell me that blue streak?
I'm never going to sell you that blue streak. It's like one of my most prized possessions.
What if I trade for some ice cream?
No, we've been over this. I will not
What
take
about
ice
if
cream
I
for
add some
blue
ginger
streak.
ale into it?
No, I don't even like fizzy drinks, actually. Fun fact, I don't even drink pop. But yeah, this figure has made me
You
realize that
trust a man who doesn't like
I'm
ginger ale.
I haven't bought any movie Masterpiece figures yet, but I've planned on buying like all of them. I will be doing most of my collecting over the summer on these. But man, I'm all in, both third party and official. Now, I'm not going to be getting every single third party figure that comes out because we're already getting 2 Hot Rods and 2 Age of Extinction Primes. You know what I mean? But I will be getting one of every character that we get
Wrong
because
forearms.
I really like the move. Yeah, one of the. Well, actually, fun fact. So let me finish this thought up really quick before I say that though. I just really do want all these characters because I have nostalgia, believe it or not, for the movies. Bone Crusher actually specifically is one of my nostalgic characters. I know if you're an older adult, you're probably going, "What, nostalgia for the movies? Like how?" I am 18, so these have been
Dude,
around
I'm
for
younger than you, and I'm wondering how that's
these have
nostalgic.
been around for over half of my life. So I have very fond young memories of the first movie, in particular, Bone Crusher being one of those characters. So it is exciting to see another one of the movie 1 bots because we're getting all of the movie 1 bots in the Studio Series line, Autobots, but we haven't gotten all the Decepticons yet. So this is totally different scale and stuff, but this is still getting me excited because I'm thinking of assembling the entire movie 1 cast. But hey, we're not there yet.
Wait,
So.
does that mean we're gonna get a figure of Ladies Man 217?
I mean, we are getting an official movie masterpiece of Barricade, who says that.
We still need a frenzy for that, though.
That is true. I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if a third-party company either has that with one of their figures, like as just a little add-on, or as an add-on kit, like an actual
Yeah.
moving one. But we'll see.
I wonder if this has a feature where you can recreate the one scene of the movie where Optimus cuts his head off.
I was actually wondering if he'll come with an alternate head, but like with the punched out eye. Do you know what I'm talking about? How
Yeah.
Optimus literally punches in his face and his eye pops out. I was wondering. I was like, that could be an accessories they give it, but they do show that he has like a gun. His accessories, what they do. So I kind of doubt it, but I'd actually kind of like that because I do remember that moment from the movie.
Yeah, just have it on like a little bendy wire or something.
But yeah, so that's about. Oh, well, my side note I was going to say about the Age of Extinction third-party Optimus having the wrong forearms. While I still don't like the overall look of that figure, especially the face, it's weird. It turns out that in none of the promo photos, but in some photos I've seen now, he does come with the gun. So you can actually give the excuse that he has the correct forearms because he comes with a gun. My whole thing was that he comes with the sword and shield whenever he didn't have that part of the armor, but that whenever he had that armor, he had the gun. But none of the promo photos had him using the gun. I saw a picture now of him with the gun, so I'm assuming that he actually comes with a gun. Could be wrong,
He
but
does.
I really haven't looked into it much. But yes, he has the gun, so those forearms do match up. Now, overall, I still don't like that figure that much, but why didn't they show the gun from the beginning so I didn't have to be all upset over it? Just saying. But yeah, that's about it for our movie stuff. Just last little bit of third-party news. Iron Factory has revealed that they are doing another Combiner Hunters redeco, this time of their Windblade mold. So, as I mentioned, I literally just got very recently, was it last show or was it the show before?
I think it was the last show.
Yeah, last show that I got.
Yeah, that was because we
Yeah,
hung out
exactly.
that
So
time.
I got the Combiner Hunters colored RC from them. Now this is the Combiner Hunters Windblade. I do find it interesting that they gave RC the giant cleaver. They didn't give Windblade the giant staff that she came with, even though they're doing this deco. They give her 2 swords which are blue and look very nice. I believe she still came with her blue which still came with the sword, and it might have been blue, so like it's still accurate to one accessory, but they gave her two instead of giving her a giant staff. It's possible they'll add it in, but I do find it interesting that they gave RC her giant weapon, but not Windblade. Although RC's, I'd argue, is definitely the most iconic. Like, most people remembered that over what the others had, so... It also makes me wonder, will we get a Chromia? Because now we've gotten 2/3 of what that box set was from Iron Factory. Will we get the third? They don't have a Chromia, do they?
Not that I'm aware
I
of.
don't think so. So it's possible. I kind of doubt that we will get it, but I'm just thinking that they could do a repaint of, like, they could do a pre-tool, or you know what I mean, where they'll do the original version of Chromia, but really they'll release the Combiner Hunter version first, so that way they would have the third from this set, and then also the original style for the character come out afterwards. So they could do that. They might not have any of them. They might not do Chromia period. I don't know. What were you gonna say?
What they could do is since the Combiner Hunters RC that I gave you came with the chest component for set B of set C of the War Giant, maybe during like their DJD Combiner set somewhere in there they could mix the Combiner Hunters Chromia in there, like maybe with like the single Tarn figure or something like that, or one of the bigger figures.
True. That would be interesting if they actually did come with smaller bots that we don't know of yet.
Yeah, because they did the same thing with set C for War Giant.
And did we know they were going to do that
for those who don't
beforehand?
or the no, it was just Onslaught and that's it.
Yeah,
but they, not long before it.
So basically it was a surprise that, like, hey, it's not just Onslaught. Onslaught actually comes with a tiny RC. So it is possible, because right now we just know of the single packs for the DJD. It could be possible that, yeah, they add in, small little bonus figures. We'll have to see. But yeah, so that's about it for news. So, moving on to pre-orders, we actually have something interesting. Generation Toys, they did their Gravity Builder, which is a third-party take on Devastator, because we don't have enough of those. This one actually looks good. Interesting for this set. I actually like the Constructicons more than I like the Devastator. The Devastator isn't bad. I just really like the style they did for the Constructicons. It's a very unique style. But up for pre-order is, well, TF Source sent out an email saying it's up for pre-order now. It's not anymore. It just says unavailable. But they sent out an email, so I can still count it. It's a black and red version. I don't know if this is supposed to be homaging anything, but I really like it. I don't think it is. But it's black with red hands, a red, like, mixing part on the mixing truck, and red wings on the chest shield. And everything else is black with, like, a little bit of gold mixed in and stuff. And, man, this looks really good. I'm not going to pay $600 for it.
I can get down with Nemistator.
Nemistator. I like that name, actually. I really like the look of it. And this would totally fit into my Shadow Squadron idea. But unless someone does a KO... a high-quality KO in this color scheme.
Shadow Zone.
I doubt this will be happening for me. But hey, it looks cool. Really cool. So, yeah, there's that. If you know that this is homaging something, let us know. Because I can't find anything where they got these colors from.
As if they needed me to like Devastator anymore, they just had to put it in my favorite color scheme, which is black being the main color and just like red accents like everywhere, like that's in the that's in this
in little bits of gold, which is Pittsburgh
colors,
yeah. So you gotta
so MGO's getting this thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really. But yeah, part of me. I really hope that a KO, a high quality KO of this comes out, because I'd buy that. I can't spend $600 on that. I can't spend over $500 on a toy, let alone a Devastator of a Devastator. Also, just a Devastator with random color scheme. I really love the random color scheme, but I just can't pay $600 for it. But hey, it's cool, and that's why I put it in the show notes.
Oh man, but it could go with your Nemesis Predaking.
Yes, if you didn't know, I actually have the oversized knockoff
With
version
the
of-
largest sword I've ever saw
yeah,
come with
it's
anything.
like pretty. You can actually like cleave someone with it. It's they're Nero Rex, so they're Predaking, but it's in the purple and black and light blue, which is like Nemesis colors. And God, it's so pretty. The quality isn't the best on that figure, but it was very cheap. But the Devastator, they're like this quality on Gravity Builder has been good from reviews I've seen so far. So if they did a knockoff that had really high quality like this set, then I'd be all in. And this is already big enough. So moving on to question of the week, we have two this week. First off, is Miguel back? He said he was going. He said be right back.
Hello.
Okay, I was just making sure because, well, we'll do the first one first. First question from @transphasic 1701, which is I don't know if it's Louis or Louis son. Sorry, I can't get your name right. I tried, but on Twitter, tweeted the question at us: have you read Beast Wars Uprising? So, guys, have you read Beast Wars Uprising? That's a pretty easy question.
Nope.
That's going to be a 9 on my end.
Sound Jack?
I have, and it's great.
Miguel?
I tried so many times I couldn't get through it, so I just watched the basics episode on it.
That's true. That's fair.
I've seen bits. I've read bits of it, but I haven't actually read the entire thing. But now I want to. Now I'm probably gonna go listen to the basics on that later.
Yeah,
so.
at the very least, listen to the basics. The only things I haven't read are the ones that were limited to the convention exclusive comic, but everything else is available online for free.
Man, I'm seeing a bunch of the designs like from the comic that didn't get toys made, and I really like them.
They were supposed to get toys, a bunch of them,
I know.
because
Oh man, these look so good. But, anyways.
I would kill for that Dinobot Springer.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Dinobot Springer is amazing, and someone did a custom of it, and it looks so good. But, so there's your answer. Some of us have. Well, Soundjack has. Miguel knows the basics of it. I've seen bits of it, and then Jared and Tanner have not. I don't know if.
Well, I
Chris
haven't
has
seen
or
any
not,
Beast Wars flat out, so
because he's terrible. This is
Dude,
specific BotCon
Dude,
stuff.
you
though.
need to change that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beast Wars is some of the high point fiction-wise of Transformers.
It was like the best thing to come out in the 90s.
Although this is BotCon stuff, so this is different, but the story is still interesting, I would say. But yeah, second question of the week. And I have no idea who this question could be for, but it's from Jacob Pierre Charles Aubry, who is in several. He's in, I think, at least Talk Transformers. He's in the Transformers Facebook groups because that's where he responded to my Q&A post. And he asked, "How did you get your toys sent to Africa?" I wonder why he asked that. Really quick, Tanner, have you had any toys sent to Africa?
I have not. Only bicycle pumps.
Jared, what about you?
no.
Soundjack?
I don't think so.
Neither is Chris, and neither have I. So I don't know who the question could be.
Who
for.
could it be?
Miguel.
So-
how did your toys get sent to Africa?
Gas.
Back in, I believe it was 2009.
What?
Fans Project was rolling out their re-release of City Commander. Up until that point, City Commander commanded a lot of value on the aftermarket. It's the one of the, some would argue, the unofficial third-party figure that ushered in the current iteration of unofficial, unlicensed Transformers product for the past decade. Upgrade for Classics Ultra Magnus. The reissue was coming out. I pre-ordered it. The site that I pre-ordered it from botched the order. At the time, I was living in Puerto Rico, and when I was ordering it, I selected the abbreviation PR, assuming it was Puerto Rico. In their system, that equaled an island off the coast of Africa. And they proceeded to ship my City Commander there. which then resulted in a heated week of me going back and forth with TF Sources, said their name, customer service. I eventually got my money back when both parties assumed that I would never see it, and then about a month later, it magically appeared at my doorstep.
So yes, that is the story of how Miguel's stuff ended up in Africa, and then ended up in a random box on his doorstep a while later. So
I was very confused that it was a Saturday.
Toto must have sent it over.
It was a Saturday. My mother comes in. She hands me this package, and I'm like, "Who could have sent me this?" And I open it up, and it's City Commander, and I'm like, "I don't know how this happened, but hey, free City Commander."
So you basically got it for free,
Yes.
except for all the stress you made.
Well, yeah, all the stress, but then there was a long history of what happened with that City Commander, where it ended up, and at the end of the day, I don't have it anymore. I don't have any City Commanders anymore. I just have Combiner Wars Magnus, which is better than City Commander.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's interesting. Tanner, it's your turn.
Oh boy, it's that time of the week.
Yep. What is our
I mean,
quote?
it's that time of the episode, or whatever. They both work. So, yes, the quote of the week here is from Galvatron from the '86 movie, uncoincidentally. And I'm going to choose one of my favorite scenes from that film, which is when Megatron just got turned into Galvatron, and his first objective is to take out that traitor Starscream. So, he takes his new ship, his new armada, and, well, his new army, and he goes and straightens that out. And in that scene, he utters these lines. "Coronation, Starscream! This is bad comedy." And later on, "Here's a hint," and then...
Accurate description.
"Would anyone else attempt to fill his shoes?"
What'd he say his name was?
Galvatron!
All hail Galvatron.
That is how that went.
Galvatron.
So
Oh,
And then
also,
and then Unicron proceeded to blow up
the marching
movies.
band, and it was kind of weird.
I would also like to submit a second quote. It's from a deleted scene of Dark of the Moon, his other appearance, and it's him saying, "I'm sorry I killed Ironhide." It totally happened.
Totally.
It's not, but hey. Hey, I just got an email that Oh wait, why did my computer's going nuts? I got an email that I lost the bid on Skyquake. I did bid on a Skyquake, but I didn't get it, sadly. But yeah. So yeah, that's your quote that you never got from Sentinel Prime because he sucked. Although he did a really good job with the voice, but yeah, we miss Leonard Nimoy.
The character just, like, why couldn't we got Inferno out of that instead?
Well, I mean, because he was the villain. That was the function of the
Yeah,
character
but
being
like,
in the movie.
okay,
I mean, Inferno's been a villain before, just never as a fire truck.
oh, you mean the cooler Inferno?
It was important for this to be it was important for him to be Prime though for the story. For the
Yeah, but okay,
What
look,
story?
what would you
What
rather
story?
see in Dark of the Moon? The Sentinel Prime we got, or a giant ant?
I'd prefer it the way it went because as sad as what happened was, that's actually my favorite movie. So
The colony.
No, let's have the version of Dark of the Moon where instead of Sentinel Prime, it's Inferno. Straight G1 Inferno.
Just imagine the scene when Sentinel wakes up. It's Beast Wars Inferno, and he's like, it's like when he comes out of the pod in Beast Wars. Spiders, the colony.
oh gosh, So
Burn.
yeah, I'm okay with how Dark the Moon went actually. And then this week's mascot is Skater Bisque. You know why? Does anyone know why? There's a
Because
reason.
of
No.
Sure.
Yes, because of Bone Crusher. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Which I honestly
I've
hope
seen-
that the Bone Crusher's wheels. I hope that he has Heelys. If you don't know what that is, you're not cool.
Wow.
I hope that Bone Crusher has Heelys.
There are kids. I noticed there are kids when I'm working at Target that wear Heelys, and I'm like, Heelys are still a thing?
Yeah,
Same.
I know.
People do that.
I've seen that. Yeah, that some people still have them. Like I did not realize they still existed.
I still
Like,
see
I'm pretty sure
someone,
some of these kids are younger than the invention of Heelys
I still see some.
that are wearing Heelys.
I remember like last year, during school, someone would literally just ride around in those Healy things there, like in between classes, just from one class to the other.
That's kind of awesome. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wish I.
You're
had
gonna
Heelys.
ride, Jared. Ride in style.
Part of me wants to try to get Heelys now. I'm not, but part of me wants to.
How about no? Save it for money to pay off your robot debt.
This is very true. But that would be the responsible thing to do. Or I could get Heelys. But yeah. Anyways, if you like this podcast, you can let us know by either tweeting at us on social media or you can share it out with your friends, which is what you should do because, hey, I can't pick, share, spread the love. That's why I just went. Yeah, share or spread that love, whichever you prefer. So definitely, let people know about Steel City Bots. Also mention the fact that hey, you got to look for our network, which is Nerdy Geek Talk, to get the Steel City Bots. So, yes, definitely find our podcast network and share it out for people because why not? But if you want to get in contact with us individually. Well, actually, first, you can also find, specifically for Steel City Bots, you can tweet at us at Steel City Bots, we'll see there, or at Nerdy Geek Talk. You definitely make sure you're following both of those. And the Instagram, at Steel City Bots, has been having very, very entertaining stuff, thanks to Soundjack. I also want to try to get a couple more pictures up every week from me, but we'll see if that ever actually happens. But Soundjack has been doing a great job, and they're very entertaining, so definitely go give that a look. Which actually a lot people have been following that somewhat regularly now, so I'm glad that it is starting to grow a fair bit out of nowhere, even though it is our newest thing. So yay! Keep following and liking that because.
And then, out of the blue, more people started looking at it.
But individually, if you want to find us, you can find me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter. Just the name Eric with a C and the word Crowbar, and you'll get there. Or at Aramis Prime on Instagram, where I post daily death squats and stuff. And also, I'm in most Transformers Facebook groups. I'm in like literally 15. So if you're in any of the big ones, there's a big chance I'm in there too. And you can definitely check out. I post death squats in there and also post for the show. Tanner, where can people find you?
You can find me at Optimus. You can find me at Optimus Prime on Twitter. And also, I've got a question for the audience this week. Are there any fans in Norway? Because Norway is great. We love Norway here. We love Norwegians. That you guys are awesome. So
We could check the statistics.
I was gonna say, actually, I can probably let you know. I wouldn't be surprised. We have some spread out fans. Actually, it's very interesting how many different places we have fans in. Not a ton everywhere, but we certainly have a spread across the world. It's interesting. I'll tell you guys after. But yeah, Soundjack, where can people find you?
You can find me in a bunch of places, but the main places to find me at are Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Soundjack426. My YouTube channel has mostly toy reviews, the Soundjack's Rambles podcast of different nerdy things, and hopefully some more shorts, but I still need to edit the one that I hope to get out a few weeks ago.
And you said that your next one, I don't want to give you a date on when it's coming out because I don't want to pressure you, but your next podcast will be about Pacific Rim Uprising, correct? Because
Yes.
I was gonna
Yes,
say,
it is.
because we mentioned that on the show, so that actually is relevant.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That will not be coming out this week. This week I talked with Alyssa, about a series of unfortunate events, the Netflix series season 1, because season 2 is coming out this Friday.
Okay.
Very good. I recommend it. It is very great.
Instead, talk about Stranger Things.
But yes, the Pacific Rim Uprising would be next week's podcast. And then Instagram for toy photos that are not necessarily funny like the ones I post on the Steel City Instagram, but like, just cool shots I have for my toy reviews and just fun poses of what I have on my desk. Of things that, well, not on my desk, just on the table, because I don't have a desk, so I do not have desk bots.
Just do table bots.
Yeah, hashtag TableBot. But he did mention that I do recommend doing desk bots. I do them daily. You don't have to do them daily, but desk bots, they're fun. And, it gives you something to
I try.
mess around with
Well,
during
I'm
the
going
day.
to be moving in, and my home will have a desk that will be like my new recording space. So
Nice.
could probably do that. I still need to post an update video saying, "Hey, I'm moving, guys."
Because you are
should
getting
do-
more subscribers, so all of you, if you aren't subscribed to Soundcheck, you should go do that because he's been growing a bit more. So why not?
Yes, I have. I am cool. I am quite a lot larger than I thought I'd be at this point, in all honesty.
So yeah, go help him out.
Yeah.
Jared, where can people find you?
I do have an Instagram, but that place is dead. So the main place you can find me is at Twitter at Jared Proka. That's where I'm at all the time, basically. If you have a question about something that I got or what I think about something that might have occurred during the week, ask away, and I'll try to answer if I'm not working or sleeping.
And last but not least, Miguel, where can people find you?
People
Your
can find me on
souffle.
people can find me on Twitter at Logos Minor. No, did I make? I made a souffle recently. I didn't take pictures of it.
How dare you?
Yeah.
My parents just like ate it as soon as I made it. I haven't been too active on Twitter lately. Beyond trying to pump out some sales, which I think at this point I only have a handful of things that are still up for sale. Soundjack graciously purchased the Jaegers that I was selling. So
Okay, but quick story to give this man a shout out. He drove over an hour in one direction to go to a Toys R Us that he knew had some Thundercrackers and got the last 4.
yeah, to expand upon that, TFU.info on Twitter had taken a picture of 11 Thundercrackers that he had found at a Toys R Us, and I know that he's in the within an hour or so from where I live. So I asked oh hey, where is that? He told me where. It's about an hour driving down the highway. So I went, and from the 7 that were left when he had left, there were 4. So I picked them up and distributed them out to people who needed them.
Not at all going to be relevant for next week's episode. Cough, cough.
Shout out to Ant. I'll say why next week, but if you couldn't guess, obviously Ant from TFU.info, he did buy some Thundercrackers beforehand, so I wonder why I could possibly be giving him a shout out. But yeah.
Not next week.
Yeah, stay tuned to find out, because that will be ending up in the right spot, assuming I send him the right address. Unlike a very expensive package full of great toys that I was so excited for that I won't have access to for several weeks now, because I shipped it to the wrong house. So I won't get it until I go back to that house in 3 weeks, and I'm very upset about that. But hey, in 3 weeks I'll have really cool stuff to talk about, so that's about it for this episode.
Wait. Is that a hint at 3 weeks you'll be back?
For 2 days. I don't know if I'll be able to hang out. We'll see. Possibly.
Oh.
I mean, I'm done with school 2.5 weeks after that, so there's that.
Oh.
But yeah, so maybe there'll be more hangout stuff within the next month or two. Who knows?
More
Who knows?
Purgatory live streams!
Maybe we'll even have a road trip. But hey, we can dream, right? But that's about it for this episode. So yeah, if you're not, make sure to subscribe to Nerdy Geek Talk on all your different podcast places and YouTube, because why not? Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Hasta luego.
Oh, and
Sayonara.
I was gonna say for Chris, Bayonara.
Yeah.